Getting a haircut is one of the most exciting yet dangerous parts of your weight journey. Just one mistake can ruin weeks of hard-earned progress. However, by following this guide, I will take you through all the necessary steps to achieve the best results possible. Alright, so right now it's 6:55. I have a barber's appointment at around 9 o'clock. So right now, I'm gonna get some work done. I'm gonna do my morning routine, eat, head out, and I'm gonna show y'all everything. Here we go! So the first thing you have to do before you get a haircut is wash your hair. You should either wash your hair the night before to be safe, or you can be like me and cut it a little bit close and wash it the day of. You wanna leave like 2-3 hours so your hair can be fully dried, especially if it's a long wolf. You wanna wash your hair so A, your hair is clean so you don't mess up the clippers, your barber's clippers with your nasty dirty products. And B, you don't mess up the haircut because washing your hair after you get a haircut just eradicates it. It makes no sense. So wash your hair before the haircut and you solve all those problems. I wasn't planning on saying this. Extra tip, I wasn't planning on saying this, but in my college campus, the lights aren't that bright, so it's like it's harder to see my crown, but when I came back home, I see my crown really well. So I'm gonna buy a self-cut system so I can like see my whole angle. I think lighting is a very underrated but very important part of brushing because you want to make sure you're hitting all your angles right. Another late night. Okay, so when you get to the end of your wash, especially if you're getting a haircut, you see this? When you just put on your do-rag, this causes your hairline to overcurl. You just put on your do-rag, leave it like this, and then your hairline kind of like shrivels up. So what you want to do instead, take your brush and brush your hairline down. I got this from 360 Jeezy. He's like a professional barber, bro. Brush your hairline down. That way, it's gonna dry like that. I wouldn't do it for all my entire head, but just for my hairline, it's gonna dry like this. So it'll be a lot easier to cut your hairline, for your barber to cut your hairline. And also, let's say the first wash after you get a lineup, you'll be able to have your lineup like look better after you wash it. Because typically when you wash your hair, you get rid of your lineup. But if you do this, especially if your hair is short or if you cut your hairline, you won't look completely crazy. It still look like you have some sort of lineup. Pro tip though. Okay, so when you're rinsing out your hair, just make sure you're rinsing it out with cold water. And even more importantly, you should always make sure you're getting a thorough rinse, but especially before you get a haircut, just take the extra time, take the extra 30 seconds to make sure you're really getting everything out, because you really don't want to have shampoo in your hair, especially if it's unnatural. It's not very good to have shampoo in your hair, especially if you're gonna cut it down. Bad for the clippers, just like having products and not washing your hair before you go get a haircut. So please just take the extra time to rinse your hair out thoroughly. Now, I'm kind of running a little bit short on time in terms of getting my hair to dry. So whenever you don't have that much time for your hair to dry, the easiest, fastest way without like using like a blow dry or heat dry that damages your hair to get your hair to dry, you just switch out your do-rag. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. And I was using one of these mesh wave caps so I can keep my hair a little bit more together, just a little bit better. And because it's mesh, it doesn't like hinder the drying process a lot. So at this point, my hair's pretty dry already, but it's not as dry as I like it to be, but especially when I'm cutting down the wolf pretty low. So what I'm gonna do, it's kind of like the hat man method. You gotta be careful of that. My hair's, yeah, this is probably the safest time to do it. But it's better to just not be late. But you can do this pretty early on. Let's put the wave cap back on. Okay, boom. Now by the time I sit in my chair, my hair will be completely dry and will be ready. So now I'm gonna charge my camera so it doesn't die, so I can actually show you all the haircut. Then after that, we're gonna get to what to do after your haircut to maximize your results. 15 minutes to get to the barber shop. Running a little bit late, but I'm not even too sure what haircut I'm gonna get. I'm gonna decide as I drive. But we'll see when we reach there, man. Dude, I was driving here and this person just had their feet in the window, bro. Like, just pressed up on the gas, like, just straight nasty. I was not trying to see that. But I've decided that I think I'm gonna cut down to a 1.5, but with the lever open, so they call that a 1.5 guard open. And then on my crown, I'm gonna do a 2 guard open. Just so you know, I don't want it to be too low, but like a little bit high. I think I would never get a regular 1.5. I'm always gonna go a little bit higher. I did get rid of my sides last time. I think I did a 3 against the grain, but learn from your mistakes, bro. Now I got them back, so just make sure. The key with waving and stuff like that, you can only get waves if you're at your curl length, so just make sure you don't go below that. Let's get the cut. See, we got the cut and we're back home. So now this is very important. This is what you do after you get your haircut. So what you want to do is you want to moisturize your hair, because we just washed our hair. You only really have the oil from the shampoo, but that kind of gets rinsed out a little bit. So we want to add back that product into our hair, and then we want to lay our hair down and get it ready for when we take off the do-rag, because you know it's a haircut, want to show off. I typically preach against using pomades all the time, but especially after you get a fresh cut and you want to look nice, one of the best times to use pomade is here. So I'm going to be using this pomade, Red 26. This is like a natural pomade, so it's not as bad as normal pomades. Then I'm just going to use a regular butter moisturizer first, right? And then I'm going to put some more oil, just to, you know, help the hair out. So I'm going to go with the brush session. When it's very hot, you kind of want to wrap up your brush session. This brush session is just to get your hair to lay down in place so you can really make progress afterwards. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rag up real quick and I'll continue. Pro tip, you're told to double compress when you're wolfing, but the 2 times you should double compress is when you're wolfing and when you have a fresh cut, because of little prickly hairs, it just helps lay it down a little bit better. So I do recommend double compressing. And the best thing to double compress with is with a wave cap. In my opinion, most convenient and has the same effects without the discomfort. And you can put it on just like this. Alright, now I'm going to wait an hour or 2 and I'm going to show you all the results. So if you followed all the steps in this video, these should be the best results you've ever gotten after a haircut. So I've done everything, it's been around 2 hours, now I'm ready to show you guys the results. As you can see, the results are pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Now, if you want your haircut to last longer than usual, watch this video right here. I tell you everything you need to know about preserving your haircut so you can get the best results and the best results for even longer. If you follow this, you don't even have to get haircuts as frequently. All products I use will be linked in the description as always. Thanks for watching. God bless.